tendency to write like really heavy stuff, but there's a kind of like lighter poem I've been working on. I read a couple weeks ago. I refined it a little bit, so I'm gonna read you like probably the closest thing to funny that I can get out of myself. You ask me, has anyone ever told you that you're beautiful? A pretentious attempt at seduction, as if this was the first time I've ever heard it and I don't own a mirror. Well, shucks. Golly gosh, gee willikers. Thanks for that, mister. Now I am blessed with the giddy freedom that only comes with the knowledge that you would be so gracious as to fuck me. If your only compliment is about how I look, just save it, because I've heard the same lines a million times. And I'm acutely aware of what I look like, because I look like this on purpose. That's why I feel so hostile to men that only skate my surface. It's as if they're afraid of my insides. Beyond this thirst trap exterior, I am way more powerful than you will ever realize. Because since the day I sprouted breasts, I unwillingly became a prize in a twisted game of catch and release, a competition amongst the opposite sex. I've seen your tactics, and frankly, I'm unimpressed. So you say you aren't like most guys, which is a thing that most guys say, as if putting down your entire gender makes you look better. Cutting down other men does not make you appear taller, it just makes you an asshole. You say, I'm not interested in sex like all the rest. Well, I know this may blow your mind, but there are plenty of men that listen to me without even trying to fuck me, so you're not special. In fact, your smug assuredness that being interested in what I have to say is somehow so remarkable that I should be delighted makes you an asshole. Worse than the rude and crass are the ones that swear they rise above those kind of men that only call fucking making love. If you have to tell me what a nice guy you are, you're not nice, you're manipulative. Nice men are like the well-hung, as in, if it is true, they do not need to tell me. As Roosevelt would know, those with the big sticks speak softly, and kindness works the same way. Besides, if being nice is your best selling point, then you're mediocre at best. And thinking that anything less than abuse is heroic makes you an asshole. Why don't you tell me something real? Like how I'm so smart that it intimidates you, and I cling to life in even the darkest hours, and I give the kind of hugs that people remember. Like how I can be vulnerable in a room full of people, and I have fared through hell and high water, and both my acceptance and rejection wield power. You won't tell me any of that, because you don't even know, and you don't really bother to find out either. You make me want to roll my eyes so far into the back of my head that they stick there. And if you think I'm a stuck-up bitch for saying this, that's okay, because I think you're an asshole. This is almost a year old, and I've never read it because it's like kind of word heavy, so I'm going to go a little slow. But this has a title. It's called Speaking Like Shakespeare, Living Like Napoleon. I tried to resist degradation, indignant chasing of a ravished joy, supplemented by baseless begging, of course, grating surrender, private discord in this Medusa-slicked slithering action plan of an enamored dope and a lustful spectator, camouflage specter, degenerate servant, prima donna pinned by pining purebred hostage to an ideal humility. In a past life, a sliced maniac, strung along in lonely secrecy, ripened to be ripped along concubine seams, scathed and scalded, navigating trusted traces left of a potential vast as the childhood innocence, a past rugged and rough as a riverbed that I made and now I must lie in. I tried to hasten the glory of a hard-earned reward grown on a mature vine, and I only got a cheap prize, loosely resembling what it is that I really wanted. I can't see past love and crush, immediate private and offending gratification, subdued and sedated by euphoria in a myth. It is absurd that I'd relent, preemptively discard myself, and halt first only to prove a point. I make the rejections here. Are I not powerful? Am I not powerful? To completely corrupt your cumbersome image, make light of indiscretion. I'd otherwise degrade myself at your word, were there nothing to hold my standards. I'd fall at your feet as less than I deserve, getting giddy in a tizzy, codependent and hormonal, telling myself I'll ask for forgiveness later. I'd invite your violations, pray to come vanquish me, contouring every way my virtue, making way through the fray, tangled into mangled sympathy, a ghastly sympathy of supremacy. Hanging on your many words, a steady, stuttering overture, crescendoing into exaggerated gestures, vehemently voyeuristic, I'm engrossed. These legitimate dreams, sadistic predictions. I'm so easily seduced by the first drug, which you said yourself is just fantasy. You're cashing in on your cool like my second pimp once removed. Do I gain your legitimacy by osmosis, or are you losing a bit every time your Napoleon eyes roll over me? I'm still searching for your excuse. Short poems left. This is actually, it was 2 poems, but I combined them because they surprisingly kind of go together. So, it's called Submersion. I fall in love like rain, with gentle, wet velocity covering the ground for miles. It starts light and refreshing, and you can actually dance in it. Then the storm comes, and I wrap the world in my intensity. I'm a torrential downpour, a flash flood through your home, and I will drown you. And as I fill your lungs, you act as if I never warned you. I bend at the hinge, you fold in the crease, we both burst at the seams. I make waves to bring you in, while you build bridges to get away. I tear them down into a stormy sea, where I overflow all over you, and you can't help but hate me. Thank you.